During the time of Gautama Buddha, in the kingdom of Vaishali, there lived a famous prostitute named Amrapali. She was incredibly beautiful and had been declared as Nagarvadhu, meaning the bride of the city, which implied that she belonged to the entire city. Amrapali was so beautiful that golden chariots were always parked at the gates of her palace. Even great kings had to wait for a chance to meet her. Although she was just a prostitute, she became so wealthy that she could have bought the entire kingdom. However, while Amrapali's body was beautiful, her soul was even more beautiful, longing for true love. Amrapali had not become a prostitute by choice. She was forced into it by the king. Amrapali often pretended to love her clients because she was paid to do so, but deep inside, she hated them. They all used her as an object of pleasure and never respected her as a human being. One day, as Amrapali stood on the balcony of her palace, she suddenly saw a young Buddhist monk passing by with nothing but a begging bowl. He had tremendous awareness and a powerful presence that attracted people to him. When the young monk looked up, he saw Amrapali watching him. With deep respect, the young monk bowed to Amrapali. Amrapali stood still, gazing at the young monk, and for the first time, love blossomed in her heart. For the first time, someone looked at her with respect. For the first time, someone made her feel like a human being. Amrapali quickly came down the stairs, went outside, touched the young monk's feet, and said, "Venerable monk, please be my guest today and accept a meal at my palace." Amrapali added, "Please do not refuse my invitation because this is the first time I have ever invited anyone. Thousands of times I have been invited by kings and emperors, but I have never invited anyone myself. This is my first invitation." The young monk respectfully accepted Amrapali's invitation and took the meal. After the meal, Amrapali said, "Venerable monk, in 3 days the rainy season will begin and it will last for the next 4 months. I invite you to stay at my palace for these 4 months. This palace will be your shelter during that time. I assure you that I will not disturb your meditation in any way. Instead, I will do everything I can to make it easier for you." The young monk replied, "Please forgive me, but I cannot make this decision on my own. I will ask the Buddha about your proposal. If he permits, then I will stay in your palace." With these words, the young monk left. Before the young monk could reach the Buddha and tell him about Amrapali's proposal, other monks who were present there reached the Buddha first and said, "Buddha, please stop that young monk. Amrapali has invited him to stay at her home for 4 months. Amrapali is a prostitute, and it is not right for a monk to stay in a prostitute's house for 4 months. It will send the wrong message about our community." The Buddha replied, "Please calm down and wait for the young monk to arrive." After a short while, the young monk came to the Buddha, touched his feet, and told him the entire story. He said, "O Buddha, a woman named Amrapali in the city has invited me to stay at her palace during the rainy season for 4 months. I have not given her an answer yet. I told her that if you allowed me, only then I will stay at her home. O Buddha, I will do whatever you say." The young monk referred to Amrapali as a woman and not as a prostitute. The Buddha looked into the young monk's eyes and said, "You may stay." Suddenly, an older monk stood up and said, "Buddha, this is not right. This young monk is hiding something. He says that a woman named Amrapali has invited him to stay at her home, but she is not just a woman, she is a prostitute." The Buddha replied, "I know, and because he did not use the word prostitute, it means he has respect for her. That is why I am allowing him to stay there." Thousands of monks present there could not believe that Buddha had allowed a young monk to live in the house of a prostitute. 3 days later, the young monk went to stay at Amrapali's palace. As soon as he left, the other monks started talking wrong things about him. Buddha calmed them and said, "I trust my monk. I have seen in his eyes that he has no desire for pleasure. If his meditation is deep, he will transform Amrapali's heart. But if his meditation is not deep, Amrapali's physical attraction will change the monk. This is a question of meditation versus physical attraction, and we will get the answer in 4 months." Hearing the Buddha's words, The monk said that the Buddha was taking an unnecessary risk by trusting the young monk too much. The monk is young, and Amrapali is very beautiful. Time passed, the rainy season ended, and after 4 months, the young monk returned. He touched the Buddha's feet, and behind him came Amrapali. The young monk introduced Amrapali to the Buddha and said, "O Buddha, this is Amrapali, and she wishes to take refuge under you. She is a remarkable woman, not only beautiful, but also as pure in soul as you can imagine." Amrapali touched the Buddha's feet and said, "At first, I fell in love with this young monk at first sight. I tried many times to attract him with my beauty, but I completely failed. Instead, this young monk made me aware of meditation and made me realize that real life is not in pleasure, but in meditation. Therefore, O Buddha, I want to donate all my wealth to your monks and want to spend the rest of my life in meditation." Amrapali became the first woman among the Buddha's disciples to attain enlightenment. The Buddha told all his monks, "If you fear the company of a prostitute, that fear has nothing to do with the prostitute. Instead, it is a product of your unconscious mind because you have suppressed your desires. Sensual energy cannot be suppressed. It can only be transformed." Buddha says that it is better indeed to conquer oneself than to conquer others. Neither a Deva, nor a Gandhava, nor Mara, together with Brahma, can turn into defeat the victory of the man who controls himself.